What's up, Titans Nation? I am Luke Worsham, and welcome to a new YouTube series I'm starting, what I like to call Tale of the Tape. And how this series is going to work is each week after the Titans play, I'll be watching the film myself and then highlighting plays that I want to show everyone else and kind of explain what goes on in those plays and how those plays were either keys to the Titans winning or losing, or how those plays just kind of showed what the Titans are all about as a team and what they either have a strength in or struggle in. A lot of sports YouTubers who do these kinds of videos are very basic. They talk about the stats and who won and kind of the game patterns. And there's nothing wrong with those things. Those things are great. But what I'm going to be doing in this series is getting a little more in depth and perhaps a little more thorough in terms of analyzing what exactly happened in the game. But when I went back and I watched the Titans' 16-15 victory over the Detroit Lions, I found 9 plays that I'm going to show you guys in just a bit. And I'm very excited to show you guys those plays. But real quick, if you want to follow me on Twitter, you can do so. I am at Luke_Worsham on Twitter. There will be a link to that in the description, of course. But let's hop on into watching some game film. Now, I'm a bit of a football junkie. I love going back and watching film after games to just absorb everything that happened and learn as much as I can about the game. And this is the first of the 9 plays I picked out to show you guys as I was watching film of the Titans win against the Lions. It's a play that went against the Titans. It's DeMarco Murray's run of -5 yards that resulted in a safety. Now, Jeff Schwartz, a former guard, I believe, of the Giants and the Lions, tweeted this during the game, saying that it looked like the Titans' offensive line was blocking for outside zone and that DeMarco Murray was running inside zone. And because of this, I thought it was a pretty interesting point. So I actually asked Coach Malarkey what the play call was and who made an error. And what he told me was that the issue was they had just come out of a TV timeout, and it was very loud because, as you can see on the screen, they were very close to the back of the end zone. They were on like the 4-yard line, 5-yard line. And so it was very loud. Marcus actually had to call the play twice in the huddle, which I thought was very interesting to hear. But he said what he did was he called a play that had a check in it, which takes longer to call. Basically, a play with a check in it is Marcus will tell his guys what to do, and then he'll give them another play also, and if they get to the line and he says check, 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 then that's the play they're going to go to. I don't think he actually checked this play. I think this was the original play call, but because there were kind of 2 plays having to be called in the huddle, it caused some confusion. So he had to call a play twice, and Malarkey said this was all on him. The play call was an outside zone, Malarkey said, and as you can see as I start this play up, Jack Conklin and Chance Warmack, the right guard and right tackle of the Titans, are going to block outside. However, Coach said that Conklin and Warmack were both late on their blocks. The TV commentator criticized Taylor Lewan for trying to move his guy back as opposed to driving him forward. So we'll take a quick look at the play. So Marcus is going to call for the snap from center Ben Jones right here. Right, he's going to get it. Now immediately what we see is a hole, a monster hole. Right, and even if this is an outside zone play, right, you see this little hole right up the middle here. DeMarco could hit that hole, but he had no time because Chance Warmack and Jack Conklin were so badly beaten. He was caught immediately in the backfield. It was a lot of confusion and a bit of a rookie mistake by Jack Conklin. Well, let's take another look at this play from the back angle. Here we have a bit of a better look and from maybe what DeMarco might have seen. So right here, right, the blocking is for outside zone. An outside zone play is supposed to go between the guard and the tackle, and everybody has a man to block in a zone running play. Well, it looks like everybody is on their man, but Jack Conklin just uses bad technique, as you can see right there. That was the issue with that play. Jack Conklin used bad technique, and it was because of the confusion, I assume, because I wouldn't expect Jack Conklin, who was touted as a run blocker coming out of college, to make that big of an error in the run blocking game. And that's what leaves DeMarco open to get tackled like that, and that's what caused the safety and gave the Lions some early momentum. All right, the next play I'm going to show is this play. It was a 30-yard catch for Lions wide receiver Marvin Jones. Now, I've recently highly criticized Dick LeBeau and the Titans for running a lot of what I call soft cover 3. And I talked to Avery Williamson a little bit about it, and what he told me is that the DBs just have to make a play unless the pass rush gets there. However, on this play, it starts out as a bit of a cover 3 look, but they're actually playing heavy man-to-man coverage. You have Cox running with his man, Byard on a man, and then a linebacker on a man. At this point, where I've paused it, Stafford has already thrown the football. And as you can see at the bottom of your screen, Jason McCourty looks like he's in perfect position to make a play on this football. However, it's a back shoulder fade, and as McCourty struggled with a little bit, he gave up a deep ball to Diggs last week against the Vikings, and in the third week of the preseason against the Raiders, he gave up a deep ball to Amari Cooper. All three plays, and this is one of them, in my opinion, McCourty was in great position to make a play on the football. He just couldn't locate the ball. If you look at this right here, you say there's no way he's going to catch that football. But because it was a back shoulder play, it's already in his hand right there, and McCourty just could not make the play on the ball. All right, we're going to take another look at this play from this angle. This should give us a better view of the catch. All right, this is a perfect angle to talk about this play from. All right, Jason McCourty, he just doesn't turn around in time. It's a back shoulder throw executed very well by Matthew Stafford and Marvin Jones. But Jason McCourty just simply did not turn around and locate the football in time. That's an issue he's been struggling with. Avery Williamson, again, mentioned to me, DBs have to make a play. And if you want to make a play as a DB, you have to locate the football before you can intercept it. And on this play, clearly, McCourty did not locate the football, and it was an easy kind of pitch and catch on the back shoulder fade to Marvin Jones. This is something the Titans have been struggling with a little bit, is getting beaten what I like to call pitch and catch plays, just like this one, where there's not really any contention from the defensive back. Now, this play was a pretty big one. It was Detroit's only offensive touchdown, I believe, in the game. We're going to take a pretty good look at what all went down on this play. And really, this play was not, given up by the Titans. This play was more made by Matthew Stafford. And I'm going to show you why as soon as the football is snapped. We're going to take a look at what the coverage is. All right, we have heavy cover two-man all across the board. You have a cover two-man matchup right there. Every single man is covered, and you have Brian Arakpo playing zone coverage in the middle of the field with two safeties deep. All right, at this point, every man is still covered, and Anquan Bolden, who ends up scoring the touchdown, is right now standing at the 10-yard line being covered by nickel corner Bryce McCain. Stafford's going to roll to his left. Good job blocking there by, I believe that was the left tackle. And it's at this point that Stafford releases the football to Anquan Bolden, who's in the end zone. If you take a close look, and we're going to get a bit of a better angle in a second, but if you take a close look right now, you see that Bryce McCain is actually standing right in front of Anquan Bolden. And it's because of his inability to locate the football, again, something we just talked about, that Bolden scored the touchdown. But let's move to the closer angle. All right, so this closer angle is going to give us a lot better of a view. So the Titans actually did not get any pass rush, which allowed Stafford to roll to his left. But it's just an excellent throw across his body. And right here at this point, you see Bryce McCain in a position to make a play. He just did not locate the football in time, and it allowed Bolden to make the catch with not much contest from Bryce McCain. A huge issue for the Titans. DBs have to be able to locate the football and have to be able to make a play on it. Now, the play that I criticized the most when I was actually watching the game was this play right here. It's a sack by Haloti Ngata and Taylor. And so what you're going to see right off the bat, and this is why I believe that James Morak is not going to be great at run blocking. And here's an example. And then what I do is Mario is shooting the ball away, backwards, he had no clue who was right here in kind of the middle of your screen, DeMarco Murray is one-on-one in man coverage with a linebacker, a matchup a running back should very easily win, especially one that's pretty good at catching the football out of the backfield like Murray, and he wins it to perfection, right? With that little move inside, the ball is placed in the perfect position. But I want you to watch the traffic that Marcus Mariota was in when he made this pass, and it just goes to show how well he performed on this final drive of the game that gave the Titans the victory and ended with a touchdown pass to Andre Johnson that we'll take a look at in a second. So Mariota gets the snap right, and right when he throws it, look how much pressure's in his face. That's Haloti Ngata, one of the best interior pass rushers the NFL has seen in the last 10, 15 years. And he just throws it like, he had perfect protection. Ngata got the best of Ben Jones on that play, but Mariota was able to have the awareness and kind of the calmness, I guess, in the pocket to throw the ball very accurately to DeMarco Murray in order to pick up a gain of 22 yards. All right, here we go. This was the touchdown pass to Andre Johnson that won the game for the Titans. Andre Johnson on this play is not in the slot. That's Delanie Walker in the slot. Johnson is actually not on your screen right now, and the reason I'm showing the play from this angle is, one, it gives you a better chance to see how good of a catch Andre Johnson made, but it also gives you a chance to see just how perfect the throw from Mariota was and how he couldn't have put it in a better spot than he did. So Mariota takes the snap. All right, here comes the throw. We're going to pause it for a second. All right, so Andre Johnson here in double coverage, 2 men on him. I want you to watch where this ball lands. Boom, you can kind of see it right now, that little speck that you think is the ball. It is the ball, and it's just going to go right into his mitts. Mariota gave Andre Johnson the perfect ball to make a play. Yes, Andre Johnson made an outstanding catch, but without that good of a throw from Mariota, I don't think he would have been able to make that catch. Mariota, again, gave him the ability to high point the football, go up and make a play, which he ultimately did, and that gave the Titans the win. And finally, the play that sealed the deal for the Titans, Parrish Cox's interception against Matthew Stafford. Now, I don't just want to show you big plays. If you notice, I didn't show you the Delanie Walker touchdown because there wasn't anything too spectacular about it, but I am going to show you this play just because I want you to see how well Parrish Cox plays this. Now, Parrish Cox had an awful game. If you watch the film for this game, Parrish Cox was repeatedly beaten in coverage, missing tackles. He just had a really bad game, but he made up for it with this veteran move right here. So I want you to keep an eye on the bottom of your screen right here. You have Anquan Boldin matched up with Parrish Cox. And this is one of the few times that Anquan Boldin does not line up in the slot. He's actually lined up outside on this play. And Parrish Cox is kind of in a zone coverage right here. As you can see right now, Parrish Cox moves up to the line. And, all right, stop right here. You see Parrish Cox and Anquan Boldin are right now engaged. And Boldin's going to give Cox a little push to try to open up Eric Ebron. But Cox recognizes exactly what he's doing. Now, see Eric Ebron, he's right at the foot of the line right now, at the 50-yard line exactly. Denor Searcy's right behind him, but he's going to move over, and he's going to be open. And if Parrish Cox doesn't undercut this pass, it's going to be a big gain and put the Lions in position to possibly kick a game-winning field goal. But Parrish Cox, a veteran, notices the play, notices the concept, gets under it, and intercepts it to seal the deal for the Titans. So as I close each episode out, I hope to give you something the Titans can work on getting better at, but also something they did really, really well in the game. And the first thing that I'm going to give you is what they need to work on, and that is defensive backs locating the football. Parrish Cox did a great job on that last play, undercutting Ebron's route to intercept the football. But other than that, the Titans' defensive backs have not consistently made plays on the football, and the issue is that they simply have not been able to locate the football in flight. They've been in good position to make plays a lot, but they have not made the plays because they can't find the ball. That's something they have to work on, and film study can do a lot towards going to making that better. Something the Titans did really, really well in this game is get after the quarterback. They sacked Matthew Stafford 3 or 4 times. Dodd had a sack, Klug had a sack, and Brian Orakpo had 2 sacks, and that's because they kept bringing pressure, and it didn't really have anything to do with huge blitzes or exotic concepts being brought by Dick LeBeau. Simply, the defensive linemen and linebackers beat their blockers in one-on-one situations and ultimately got to Matthew Stafford and made it a rough day for him. that's something the Titans should continue to do, and that they did really, really well in this game. That's it for this episode of Tale of the Tape. If you have any questions or you want to discuss something, feel free to leave all of those comments and questions in the comments section below and get at me on Twitter. Again, I'm at Luke_Worsham on Twitter, and there will be a link for that in the description. I will see everyone at Nissan Stadium on Sunday for the showdown against the Oakland Raiders. I will be periscoping at around 11:15 from my seat. So I'll see everybody then, and until next time, goodbye, God first, and tighten up.